What's up? Today I've got something really eye-opening for you. We're jumping into the stories of three doctors who, well, let's just say they took a wrong turn in their careers. From white coats to prison jumpsuits, it's a wild ride. Stick around as we unravel the tales of these three medical mavericks gone rogue. Starting at number 1 is one of the most well-known cases, which involves a Canadian nurse who later was found to be guilty of murder after giving elderly patients who were helpless large quantities of insulin. Between 2007 and 2016, Wedloffer was employed by a number of Ontario care homes when the offenses took place. On September 16, 2016, Wedloffer enrolled in an inpatient drug rehabilitation program at the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, a Toronto psychiatric hospital. She admitted to the personnel that she had killed or at least attempted to kill her patients there. In 2017, Wedloffer was charged with 8 counts of first-degree murder, 4 counts of attempted murder, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Here we can see her arriving at the court where she got a life sentence without the possibility of parole, 25 years. This was one of the grimmest serial murder cases ever to occur in Canadian history. In at number 2, Dr. Shu Ying Sang, English name Lisa, a Californian physician, found herself in deep shit in 2015. You see, she was the boss of her clinic in Rowland Heights, but instead of healing people, she was dishing out painkillers like they were candy. 3 patients didn't make it out alive from her prescription spree, and that's where shit hit the fan. During her trial, they dug deep into Lisa's shady dealings. Turns out she'd been acting reckless with prescriptions for years, turning a blind eye to the consequences. Patients were dropping like flies. But she just kept on pumping out those scripts like there was no tomorrow. Now Lisa's stuck behind bars after she was charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder, 19 counts of unlawfully prescribing controlled substances, and 1 count of attaining a controlled substance by fraud. Coming in at number 3, Dr. Janet Patel, known as Dr. Death. This guy was a real piece of shit in the medical world. He worked as a surgeon in Australia, but instead of helping people, he screwed up big time. People said he was doing all kinds of surgeries that nobody needed, and some folks ended up dead because of him. It was a real mess. When people started looking into him, they found out he was doing some seriously messed up stuff. They said he was so bad at his job, he was causing deaths and serious injuries left and right. It made people livid, which is understandable. Finally, they dragged his sorry ass into court, and he got what was coming to him. They said he was guilty of causing people's deaths and hurting them really bad, and was charged with 4 counts of fraud, manslaughter, and grievous bodily harm. Unfortunately, this guy was released from jail in 2012, somehow. I don't know. The people he screwed over are still trying to pick up these pieces.